I tend to stick with paints made by the Createx company or Golden. Um, they have a really good line of quality paints. Which unfortunately are not at a discount. But it's quality. When I'm doing stuff for my clients, I have it's my personal thing, but I try to always use the best quality materials for the price. You know, no matter how good you are, no matter how fantastic your paint skills are or your build skills are, if you're using subpar materials, it's gonna look like shit, no matter what you do. So you want to make sure you always have the best materials for that budget or for that price. There's just certain things I don't skimp on. Quality paint is one of them because you can take a build or a sculpt that you kind of make mistakes on, but if you paint it right, it will still look awesome. On the same note, if you've got a good build or sculpt and you're using crappy paints, it's gonna look like shit. So you want to make sure you're not hurting yourself. Always try to go for the good quality stuff. Like the airbrush. It's this one here is $70 versus my $200 one, which is right up here. This one. But they do the same exact job, the same level of quality. So why spend 200 when you can spend 70? You know. So you gotta shop around. I always do that all the time. I got a local art store over here. Which guys are pretty cool. They tell you up front. What's good. As far as the quality of the materials, reliability of the materials, and the price. And try to work with you. So if you've got an art store nearby you, I would definitely go to them and talk to them. See when they're gonna have a sale maybe, and then buy your stuff in bulk at their sales. Or buy online. About 90% of the stuff that I get for my creations, I buy online because I just don't have the access to those stores. Living in Oregon, the little small nook of Oregon, we don't have a lot of variety and choice or availability of certain materials. So I have to order online. Like my phone, I order my phone online. My half-inch foam, inch foam online. If I'm lucky and I go by Ross one day, I might score a roll of the real thin 6mm inch foam, and I'll get that from them. But the majority of my foam I buy online.
So, Fred said, "Well, dude, you're doing a sick job so far, Jelly." And he says, "Man, it sucks buying paint here in Australia. They're so pricey, and if I try to order online, it's even harder. It's more expensive to ship to Australia." And Ravine says, "I don't actually have any airbrush paint. I've watered down acrylics and super cool airbrush."
Yeah. Acrylic paints are just thinned down. Well, airbrush paints are just thinned down acrylics. That's what they are. So you can definitely use like matter of fact, where is it at? I use rubbing alcohol. 70% rubbing alcohol. And you can use that to thin your paints down and work with that way too.
DIY popped in and says, "First time in here, what do you do?"
What do I do? Well, the title says completion of the Dragon Booster. Today is the day where I'm pretty much using the stream time to finish up a commission for a client. If you're familiar with the anime High School DxD, the main character Izzy has this gauntlet, which has the soul of a Welsh dragon imbued into it. And it's a very, very popular anime. Right now they're in season 3. Lots of fan service, I warn you. But you get past the fan service, it's actually a damn good story. Very, very well written, very compelling, all that good stuff. So right now I'm doing that commission for a client. This is one of the parts of the gauntlet. part that I just finished working on, the fingers, which all actually bend. And then I'm going to be attaching that to the top part, which fits right over here, over your hand. I'm going to attach all these right to that once I'm done with the paint job here. Good night, man. But maybe one more pass should do it. That's how it looks.
So Retro says he's mostly using Tamiya paints with his frowny face. And Ravine says he uses Apple Barrel brand. And Apple Barrel drives me nuts because it's too thin of a pigmentation.
Well, now what you can do, this is sneaky, but what you could do is find somebody in the States to buy the paint for you, and then you have them just ship that to you. Now the shipping might cost a lot though. I'll warn you in that. A lot of things that I ship across overseas, they are expensive as all goddamn hell. But if the shipping from a friend to you is cheaper than from a company to you, then you go that route. You can also try to contact the company themselves. Like contact Createx directly. Go to where they'll say, contact us or help us on the site, and you contact them and you let them know you don't have a Createx distributor, in your area. Is there, do they plan on putting one out there, or if not, can they give you a discounted rate on getting that stuff shipped to you? You'd be surprised what might happen. They might actually want to put a store out there if they get enough people, to want their product. And I'm sure there are tens of thousands of great artists in Australia that would love to get their hands on some of this stuff.
Ravine says I like metallics for aging too.
Hey, Ben Falcon, how you doing, man? Your computer's in the shop? Ooh, sorry to hear that. Metallics, Raven is amazing. I'm using metallic paints on this. There is well, there's a couple of brands that I like, but like right now for this one here, it's a matter of fact. Let me get the can so you can see it. Yeah, Retro, that's why I say contact the company themselves. Companies have a whole lot of pull when it comes to stuff like that, especially when they're a nationally known company. So see, if that might help. But once again, if not, just if you have a local art dealer, talk to them, about the issue. See if they can get, paints for you from out of the country, maybe Germany, it's a little bit closer, And Germany has some really, really good quality paints. There's a can of a line is called Golden. These are acrylic paints that have a luster on the level of metallics, but they're acrylic paints. Really, really fucking awesome, and they're all spray can paints. I know over here in the States they're a little pricey. It's like $10 and change a can, but if you want to just stay with working acrylics for your whole project, definitely the way to go. Because with acrylics, it's more flexible than enamels. Enamel, you're kind of relegated to using like one coat with a spray can. Because if you go like 3 and 4 coats, and you have to bend it a little bit, it's going to have cracks and wrinkles all through it. With acrylics, it gives you a bit more leeway, with the bendage, of your project. Okay, this right here, this is what I used for the red, all in the project here. It's made by a company called Duplicolor Metal Specs. Really, really good shit. It's like they have it in red, they have it in blue. I think they have a green now as well. And it's a pearlized color. You know, it's really, if you've seen a pearlized car, it's like that. It's really, really good stuff. You know, it's like $11 a can over here in the States. You know, but it gives you a really, really nice look, especially when you clear coat it, you know, over it. It really, really just makes it pop and looks really, really nice. So I would highly recommend that.
Opinion on rubber buff.
Messy as hell. Personally, if it was me, I would use an airbrush. There is no texture you cannot really achieve with an airbrush, and more exacting. When I do all my painting, the first thing I do is I'll go and get a color that's in that actual spray can, and I'll spray the entire thing down with that color. That becomes my base. I then go on top of that. Once that dries, I go on top of that with my adhesion promoter spray. It's a clear primer, so basically it will seal in this color. But besides being a regular primer, the way this is made up, it also allows any type of paint you put on top of this to adhere even better. So base, in between, and then I airbrush in that order. And with the airbrush, I do all my lights, my shadows, my detailing, all of that. You know, then once all that's done, I can hit it again with this if I want, and then hit it with a clear coat, spray on clear coat, and then from there, I use the good shit. This right here is a polymer varnish with UV LS in it as well. So this helps to protect the paint colors from the sun. Especially if you got out there in Australia, your sun ain't no joke. So you can still wear your armor, wear your props out there in the sunlight, and not worrying about over weeks or a month the paint starting to look, you know, kind of dull and dim because of the effects of the ultraviolet rays. This blocks that.
So Retro says, yeah, thanks man, I'll do that. And how would the paints go for resin?
Yeah, you definitely want to prime it. You know, it also depends upon the resin that you're using. Like Smooth Cast is the resin that I use. It's a plastic polymer resin. A lot less toxic than boat resins. Oh my god. A lot less stinky too. You know, so like this stuff here I can use in our apartment. Boat resins, fuck that. If I had a garage, I'd be out there in the garage with the boat resin with a mask on. You know, but yeah, it all depends on the resin you're using. But if you want to play it safe, prime it. You know, when you're done, give it a quick sand buff just to make sure everything is okay. You know, with some fine sandpaper, and then you go ahead and you spray it down. You know, with the primer, give it like 2 coats, and then from there, go to your painting.
Brent said, no teen speak. And then Retro had asked how much he paid for that stuff. I'm not sure which stuff he was talking about. Was it before he said he went resins? And he says, I do have mine out with resins. E2046 used for their kids. We have to find out what resins. I ask you, for the Smithcast, do we usually, or the old maker, the Umo, we usually use 25 or 30?
The mold maker stuff, Umu, is $30.
No, the density, 25 or 30.
There is none on the Umu.
Yeah, there is.
On the Smooth Cast.